NBC Sports Group.
Tonight, two former Cy Young Award winners go head-to-head. Felix Hernandez will lead a Mariners team that just took 2 out of 3 from the Rangers and are absolutely tearing the cover off the ball. Now, Jake Peavy will take the bump for a Sox team that brings an 8-game win streak back to the South Side, where they're about to embark on a 9-game homestand. Can the streak stay alive? We'll find out next. We are coming to you from the city beautiful Chicago, Illinois, where tonight Comcast Sportsnet presents White Sox baseball. It's Paul Konerko, Adam Dunn, Jake Peavy, and the Sox as they get set to butt heads with Felix Hernandez and the Seattle Mariners. Hi, everybody, and welcome. I'm Ken Harrelson with Steve Stone, and welcome back, Stevie.
Thank you.
As we get set to bring you game 1 of this 3-game set and game 1 of this 9-game homestand. 3 with these guys, 3 with Toronto, and finish it off with 3 against Houston. So the Sox coming off that nice 3-game sweep of the Rays down in Tampa Bay, and tonight, what a pitching matchup.
Got Jake Peavy going, and Jake has been just unbelievable. He's 6-1, lifetime 5-1 against Seattle. So he's handled them. This year he's handled everybody. His ERA just over 3. So Peavy's got a mound opponent that's worthy of him, and that's Felix Hernandez, the king. 4-4 this year. His ERA just over 3 also, but our ball club has handled him. He's 3-4 lifetime against the Sox with an ERA a lot higher than King Felix is used to. So hopefully it'll be 9 in a row after tonight. It'll be 13 of 14, and the Sox will continue on a roll.
All right, sit back, relax, and strap it down. White Sox baseball coming your way.
hot, and it is Fighting Illini night at the ballpark. And later on, we'll have Kendall Gill in the booth with us, so stay tuned for that. In the meantime, let's take a look at how Eric Wedge is going to line up his team. Now it's time for Miller time, and here is the Mariners starting lineup. Ichiro leading it off with Dustin Ackley hitting second. Then it's Kyle Seager hitting third. Montero, Smoke, Karp, Olivo, Saunders, and Ryan hitting 177, playing shortstop, hitting 9. The defense and how they'll line up behind Jake. Viciedo, Diaza, and Rios. Nice to see Alejandro back in the lineup with Hudson, Ramirez, Beckham, and Cunningham. A.J. Pierzynski gets a nod behind the plate, and our Lexus Pursuing Perfection starting pitcher is Jake Peavy. Jake looking for win number 7 in what could very well be an all-star season for him. His ERA just a touch over 3. He's among the league leaders in just about everything, but that strikeout to walk ratio, almost 5.5 to 1, which is somewhat unbelievable. Here's the umpires for the game tonight. Andy Fletcher behind the plate. Rob Drake is at first. Joe West, the crew chief, at second, and Sam Holbrook is at third. So as they toss the ball around the infield, we're ready to try to win our 9th in a row, and I'm ready to turn it over to my play-by-play partner, Ken Harrelson.
Hi, Steve. Thank you very much. And once again, good evening, everyone, and welcome to White Sox Baseball, right here with Comcast Sportsnet. So happy you could join us for the first of this 3-game set and the first of this 9-game homestand. 10 days, 9 games. 3 with these guys, 3 with Toronto, and 3 with Houston. So here's Ichiro. And the first pitch of the ball game from the Jake Meister is taken for a ball. Ichiro, 38-year-old veteran, comes in hitting at .271, a homer. He's driven in 17. Tacks it up, takes a strike.
Eric Wedge said that he changed it around. He had Ackley hitting first and Ichiro second. He changed it around to try to give his lineup a spark.
1-2 the count. Ichiro last year, of course, hit .272, 5 homers, and drove in 47. And lifetime against Jake is 8 for 22. So the Mariners come in hitting at .234 as a club. But they have been really swinging the bats well lately. In fact, they scored a ton of runs down in Texas.
21 in one ball game, which is somewhat unbelievable. Back-to-back 8-run innings.
Yeah, I've never seen that one.
No, either have I.
Outfield, round to the left, gap out there in right center. And the count evens at 2. This is the 4th meeting of the year between these two clubs. In the first 3, we played them a 3-game set out of Safeco, and we swept them. Seattle comes in 14-17 on the road, 9-13 at home. Not too much time.
Ichiro, one of the few real veterans on this team. It's a very young ball club.
Out in front and chops that one foul. If you're in the area, stop by. Beautiful evening here in the city. Beautiful. 58 degrees. Eric Wedge, the skipper. And there's a souvenir. So Ichiro giving Jake a workout right here, leading off the ball game.
Second season as the Mariners manager, and as you can see, it's been tough for him out in the Northwest, but that's because he doesn't have a whole lot of talent to this point.
And as we speak, bottom of the 3rd in Detroit, the Yankees leading the Tigers 5-2.
Yankees are starting to put things together, despite the fact that their bullpen has been terribly in disarray.
CC Sabathia on the bump for New York as there's a chopper 3 hopper and 1 out.
That last pitch is what characterized Jake during this resurgence, and that is the ability to take something off and sink it. This is 85 miles an hour. He keeps it in the zone. You see it sinking, and he's got a very talented hitter out in front of it.
So here's Dustin Ackley hitting at .251, 4 homers. He's driven in 20. Takes down low. Well, veteran pitchers learn over the course of their careers it's better when you're facing good hitters. It's better to take something off and get it down low than try to add something on and get it up high.
And Ichiro is one of those guys.
3-0 the count.
Well, Jake has done a nice job of adjusting to what this game has taken away from him, and that was the big fastball and the real hard-breaking slider.
There's a strike.
More so now, he changes eye levels, which is very important, especially to the left-handers, where he throws the ball at the top part of the zone.
And there's a 1-out walk. So Ackley, he will run. He's 6 for 7 in stolen bases.
First place is right. Ventura Highway, indeed.
Here's Kyle Seager, third baseman, hitting at .278, 5 homers and 28 knocked in. 16 doubles. Pretty good lead by Ackley. And there's ball 1.
Seager's got a chance to be a very good player. He moved over from second base, which wasn't a natural switch for him, but Robbie Thompson, longtime infielder, taught him the intricacies of third base, and he's adjusting very well.
There's a strike. Well, Tigers might be getting ready to lose that lead. It's now 5-3. Ducks on the pond. Nobody out. Another pretty good lead by Ackley. And that's low 2-1. Also Tampa Bay leading Baltimore 5-0. That's after 3 down in St. Pete where we just left. Cleveland shutting out Minnesota 7-0. Bottom of the 4th at Progressive Field.
They're killing Pavano.
A little bigger lead now, as that's a fair ball. That's a home plate umpire's call, and that is out number 2.
We'll take that out, even though Ackley moves up. Paulie jumps on it to make sure that it's in fair territory. He wants to get to this quickly. This ball is spinning toward foul territory, but he comes in. Ball clearly fair. I got to deal with Montero, but it's righty against righty.
This youngster hitting at .257, 7 homer, and he's knocked in 27. Just 22 years old. And he's going to be a good one. He already is pretty good. That's a big ballpark they're playing in out there in Seattle. Tops that one foul. And here at the ballpark, 330 down the left field line, 335 down the right field line, 375 in the gaps, and 400 straight away center.
Montero has tremendous power to straightaway center and right center field.
Yeah, we saw him in Seattle hit one. The wind was blowing in. The ball was not carrying at all to center, right center or left center. He just absolutely drilled it right over that center field fence.
And right now, Eric Wedge, former catcher himself, is trying to ease Montero into the catching role. They actually use 3 different catchers, and he uses them very liberally to give each a chance.
We got a man there in the right field. That'll retire the side. Nothing across after a half inning of play. It's Mariners nothing, and our guys coming to bat.
Robin's going to line him up tonight. Alejandro Diaz playing center field, and it's Gordon Beckham, Adam Dunn, Paul Konerko, Alex Rios, A.J. Krasinski, Dan Bicieto, Alexi Ramirez, and Orlando Hudson representing the first place Sox. The defense now they'll line up behind Felix. Carp Saunders and Ichiro, along with Seager, Ryan, Ackley, and Smoke. Olivo behind the plate, and our Lexus Pursuing Perfection starting pitcher is Felix Hernandez. 4-4 record, an ERA usually very good, no exception this year. And surprisingly, right-handers, left-handers, pretty much the same. Giving up average 9 hits per inning pitch.
And before we show you our picks to click, you at home select yours. Alejandro says his knee is fine. Boy, he was drilled hard by J.P. Howell getting back into second base.
I'll tell you what, that's scary when he went limping off, because you thought about what he's meant to this team at the top and couldn't afford to lose him.
As usual, Mike Leary's got that. Missed it. Looked like Howell was just aiming right at him. Yeah, writhing in pain. Wow. And that hit him. Got him pretty good.
Olivo was saying he swung at it.
Well, for all the Sox fans who watch this all the time, you know that Alejandro probably gets closer to the ball. He and Konerko probably come closer to getting, we've talked about this in the past, hit than anybody on our club.
Take another look at it. He's right on top of the plate. Now, really, this ball isn't that far inside. In fact,
it's over the plate.
Yeah, it is over the plate. It's high, and he gets hit off the lead. Looks like the lead elbow.
He is 11 for 15 in stolen bases. So here's Gordon. And as a rule, when you get hit, or you hit yourself in this case, you want to run.
Yeah, the one big problem is man behind the plate can shut down a running game. And he loves to throw to first to try to pick you off if you stray.
Got one of the great arms in the last quarter century in this game. From behind the plate, Miguel Olivo. Sebastian got out of that third. It is now Yankees 5 and Detroit 3. And Gordon with a 2-0 count.
A lot of people watching Felix have thought that the velocity was a little bit down from where it's been in years past. Now he's throwing around 92 right now. That doesn't mean that he can't crank it up a little higher than that.
And that's foul backing out of play. Felix, 26 years old, 6'3", 230 pounds, out of Valencia, Venezuela. Nice little town over the mountains from Caracas.
See the last 4 starts, and he's just 1-3. Over the last 3 starts, that ERA is up over 6. And the changeup, the straight change, is second best pitch.
There he goes. That ball hit hard. Stay in the air. Stay in the air. It will. You can. Put it on the board. Yes. 2-run line shot homer by Beckham. And the Sox take a quick 2-0 lead. Marcy.
I love the way Gordon attacked the ball. He was ahead in the count. Our Ford home run replay is a fastball in the inner portion, and Gordon turns on it. No opposite field for him, not ahead of the pitcher. Takes it right down the line. He wasn't sure where the ball went, then realized when he saw the umpire's signal it's gone that it was.
And Adam squibs one right off the end of the bat. And of course, with that home run by Gordon, the Alex Nellius family will donate $100 to White Sox charities for every Sox home he hit throughout the course of the season. That is number 63, so $6,300 donated by Alex Nellius in loving memory of Ursula.
6 and 16 on the power numbers now for Gordon Beckham.
And Sully, his mom came into town, so she brought him some good luck.
She bring you cheese straws is the question.
Yes, and she brought some, I think, for you, but I don't think you're going to get them.
They're gone.
Adam put them in the clubhouse already in the
They're
car.
Gone. That's it.
Adam has faced Felix twice. He's 0 for 2.
Well, he's seen 2 straight changes in a row. He go see another one here.
One out. So that'll bring up Paulie. Paulie hitting at .381, 11 homers he's driven in 33. Paulie's had some success against Felix. 7 for 24, and of the 7 hits, 5 of them stayed in the park.
Major league leader in average. Eduardo Escobar asking Gordon, how'd you do that? Oh, it's easy, kid.
That ball high and deep to right field. Ichiro back now on the track. Hauls it in for out number 2. And right now let's check out our Farmers Insurance picks to click tonight. Jim Angio, our director and crew. Well, he went with AJ. Steve's going to go with Alexei and Gene and Melanie DeMauro from Granger, Indiana, along with Carmen, Yurko, and Harry, who's on with them today. Like 3 prosecutors, as there's a strike. And we're going to go with a tank. Outfield around to the right. One and one to count.
Hernandez has both a slider and a curveball. Depends on how he's feeling on a given night. He'll use them both, but pick one that's working and stay with that most of the time.
Yeah, well, you've discussed it many times before. It's hard for a right-hander to have a good curveball and a good slider in the same outing.
You very rarely will see it, and a pitcher's going to pick one. And it depends on how he feels, how it feels coming out of his hand.
Good pitch on the outside corner. It's funny because you see a lot of left-handers who will have a good curveball and a good slider in the same outing, but not a right-hander.
Some pretty good numbers when you consider he hasn't played for a real good team. Got him.
And that'll retire the side, but not before The 2-run homer by Gordon. Beckham after one. It is 2-0. Good guys.
Kendall Gill went to the mound, and he throws out the ceremonial first pitch. Best athlete to ever come out of Rich Central High School. And Johnny Danks catches it. We will see Kendall Gill up here in the top of the third inning, and we're going to ask him some probing questions.
Yeah. Destin Smoke, switch hitting first baseman out of Goose Creek, South Carolina. Takes ball one. Comes in hitting at .231, 9 homers and 27 knocked in. He's just 25 years old. And there's a strike. 1-1 to count.
We got him in a trade with the Texas Rangers. Somewhat surprising that Texas would produce another hitter, but they did. Smoke with much more power left-handed. That's how he looks at Jake. Jake's just shaking his head. He doesn't like his own control to this point.
Big hack. Just got a piece up. So a full count. Paulie, Jake, right where he should be. 1 out.
That ball took an unusual hop, came with a little overspin, and Paulie was able to stay right with it down the line. And with Smoke not having great speed, as you can see, the ball almost backs up on Paulie. But he's right there to make the play easily, and they record the putout easily.
Here's Mike Karp hitting at 164, but he has 4 homers and 9 RBIs. This guy's got a chance to be a pretty good hitter.
We were in Seattle and he was hurt, just trying to get back. Someone like Franklin Gutierrez is now their fine center fielder when he's healthy enough to play, which has not been often lately.
Yeah, Mike's in that dangerous category.
Strong. He is very strong.
Pretty good pitch, didn't get it. And the count 3-0.
Last year combined between AAA and the major leagues, he hit 33 home runs. He drove in 110.
There's the strike. Goes through that one.
Miguel Olivo in the on-deck circle.
And that's fouled away.
Jake is trying to heat him upstairs. That'll be interesting because he's shown him 3 straight fastballs up at the top of the strike zone.
And he walks it. No, the second walk. Jake came into this ball game with 64 strikeouts and only 12 walks.
He hasn't looked real comfortable to this point. He's kind of been fighting himself with his control, falling behind, which is something that this year he very rarely has done. See if it comes to him as he starts to heat up.
Here's Miguel Olivo. Good pitch. Ate him up right there. Former Sox catcher.
Against Jake Peavy, he's been pretty good.
Oh, 0-2 the count.
Carp does not have particularly good speed at first. He's 1 out of 1 in stolen bases, but he's not going to run that often.
Down to third. Now take your time. Rack him up. And that'll retire the side. We'll go to the bottom of the second. It is 2-0 Sox.
Forward to Miller time later in the game. Brought to you by Miller Lite.
And prorated season tickets for the White Sox season are still available, so purchase a full season plan or choose from 2 great split season plans to gain access to the best seats at the best price. Plans start below $250 and can be purchased by visiting whitesox.com or calling 312-674-1000.
We've got the 9-game homestand, and obviously we would love to take advantage of that. Then it's off to interleague play, St. Louis and the Dodgers. The Dodgers just put their star, Matt Kemp, on the disabled list He said he's probably going to miss a month, which means he's going to miss our entire series, which is a good thing.
It's not who you play, but when you play them.
That's exactly right.
AJ hitting at 299, 8 homers and 33 knocked in. 6 for 29 lifetime off Felix. And very quickly, count 0-2. Just got a piece of that one. That's low.
Since May 15th, that covers 13 games. AJ is hitting up close to 400. 3 homers, 4 doubles, but more importantly, 12 driven in and 12 scored.
Well, he just had a horrible first half last year and wound up very strong and has not let up since.
In the early going, when very few were doing it, AJ was driving in some big runs.
Little broken bat, comebacker. One out.
Batting center, the left fielder, number 24, Dion Viciedo.
Surprising career numbers for Hernandez, only in that when he went 19-5 with a 2.49 ERA in 09, didn't win the Cy Young Award. Next year went 13-12. ERA of 2.27. That's when he won the Cy.
Tank takes off-speed pitch. Tank hitting at 291, 11 homers and 28 knocked in. And listen to this, what he's done in his last 7 games. He's 16 for 29. 4 homers and 13 RBIs. Power against power right here.
Well, Felix got a breaking ball up, and he was lucky to get away with it.
He had a cookie right there.
Our BMO Harris Bank pitch tracks will show you a hanger.
2-2.
That year that he did win the Cy Young Award in 2010. 34 starts, 6 complete games, 194 hits in a league-leading 249 2/3 innings.
Two down.
He threw him a changeup. You can see it come rolling off his hand. That Tank well out in front of him.
Well, he got away with 2 off-speed pitches up right there. That high change and that high breaking ball. And that's low and away. 1-1 to count to Alexei. Alexei at 228, a homer. He's driven in 24. 5 for 19 lifetime off Felix.
There aren't too many guys, but especially right-handers, with any kind of numbers lifetime against Hernandez.
That ball hit hard into right field, but that's the wrong man. You can't mess around with him out there. Meanwhile, 1-2-3. He's retired 6 in a row, but he trails it 2-0.
The great alumni of the Fighting Illini, Kendall Gill. And Kendall, a star of Comcast, pre, post, halftime. You do the Bulls, and tell us about Derek. How's he going to turn out?
Well, he's coming along, and you know, anytime you tear your ACL, it's going to be a long rehab. I don't expect Derek back until at least February of next year, if he does come back next year. And you know what the thing is about that type of injury, he has to get over it psychologically, you know, whether he can make the same explosive moves as he's used to.
Well, that's the thing I think that all Bull fans want to know. When he does get back, whenever that is, will he come back 100% exactly like he was, or will it be difficult for him?
I think it'll be difficult for him at the beginning, but eventually I think you're going to see the same Derrick Rose, not this coming season, but the next season. You're going to start to see the Derrick Rose of old.
Well, didn't Chris Paul have a very similar injury and came back almost exactly as he was?
Yeah, he tore his medial collateral, but you have to look at Chris Paul's game. His game is more floor-oriented. He's not as explosive as Derrick, doesn't jump as high, so you know that's the difference between he and Chris.
How about the draft coming up? Obviously, the Bulls draft down, and it becomes very difficult. You go down a little thinner, but you look for them to get a player with any impact at all in the first round?
Not that low in the draft. I don't think you can get an impact player. I think what they have to do is go out and sign a free agent point guard to, you know, hold the fort down until Derrick gets back. There's Andre Miller out there from the Denver Nuggets. Also, Kirk Heinrich is talking about coming back to the Chicago Bulls. So one of those two guys I would try and sign.
What exactly does it look like next year for the Bulls?
Well, if Luol Deng comes back healthy, I think that the Bulls are definitely a playoff team. If he elects to have the surgery on his wrist, then the Bulls may struggle to make the playoffs next year. So I'm hoping that Luol, I know it's tough to say no to the Olympics, but you got to understand where you make your bread at, and that's here in Chicago. So you got to do what's best for the team.
Well, Kendall, it's a pleasure to see you. It's always great to have any association with some of our Comcast brethren, and doing the Bulls has to be a thrill.
Oh, it's a thrill, and I love my job. Thank you.
Nice to see you.
All right, guys.
Kendall Gill, one of my favorite players. All right, buddy. Take care. Full count right here to Michael Saunders. 2:47, 4-16. And that ball is one hopper. Gordon's got him. Yeah, Kendall does a good job. Watched him on pre and post. But I used to like to watch him play.
Pretty good player.
Oh, real good player. Real good player.
I think you have to be down there. I mean, you can watch it on television all you want to. You go and watch them play in person, and you realize just how fast and how quick these guys are. It's astonishing.
Here's Brendan Ryan. And first ball hunting, pops it up. Piazza. And that's out number 2. Well, you know, I played a little basketball, and when I was with the Red Sox, I used to work out with the Celtics. And the first time I worked out with those guys was when I really realized just how big and fast and strong they were.
That you made the right choice?
That I made the right choice. But they, here's Ichiro. He had a guy named Bad News Barnes, and it was a ball that hit the rim. Havlicek shot it. And instinctively, you know, you go after it. And all Bad News Barnes did was just stick out his arm, and I ran into it. I couldn't breathe for about 2 or 3 minutes. And they were laughing their behinds off. And that's high into center field. Alex making the call. He's got the ball. That didn't take long. 1, 2, 3. And we'll go to the bottom of the third. It is 2-0 on the strength of Gordon Beckham's 2-run first inning homer.
What pitcher hold the Mariners record for most wins in a season? They've had some pretty good ones over the years.
Yeah, they have.
So you think about that. And we'll get back to you a little later in the game with the answer.
There's some real good ones. But right here is bottom of the third, Orlando Hudson. 2 for 10 lifetime off. King Felix will lead it off.
Orlando might be taking a look at Kyle Seager at third base. It's pretty good down there. His footwork is okay, but he is a converted second baseman, and he might be thinking about a bunt sometime this evening.
Camden, he rounds it off, makes the play. Ryan has only committed 1 error this year.
Well, Eric Wedge said that he's been the glue that's held the infield together. He's a very young veteran on a team with very young guys. He said he's around 30, and most of these guys are below 20, 25 and below. He said that's what he's been starting most of the year, so he said he had a lot more patience. Ryan came over from the Cardinals, and he can play some defense. He just hasn't hit this year.
So here's Diaz. He was hit by a pitch and scored. Checks up on that breaking ball. I remember Felix first start against us. In his first 4 starts, or first 3 starts, we were his 4th start, I believe. His first 3 starts, he had not given up an extra base hit. And then Jermaine Dye hit one down the right field line for a double. Brian Anderson hit 2 home runs.
I was going to say, that was the 2 home runs.
Yeah.
I talked to Brian today, by the way.
I tell you, I love Brian.
He's trying to make it as a pitcher. He's really gotten himself to a point where he thinks He can pitch out of the bullpen. And he's going to get a tryout with a couple of teams that have shown some interest in him. So we hope he makes it, and we wish him well.
He's a great young man. He's a lot of fun. He was a good teammate to his teammates. That's up high, and that's ball 4. So the 1-out walk. Well, I still think he can make it as a hitter. He had the ability. He just had a bad approach. Worried too much about mechanics instead of the approach.
He was certainly strong enough.
Oh, he hit the ball as far as anybody. Good run, good throw. Terrific center fielder. He was the closest thing we had to a 5-tool player when he was with us. So here's Beckham.
Well, Brian, a #1 draft pick, a teammate of Ian Kinsler in Tucson.
Yeah.
That's pretty good company.
Well, you say you talked to him today. Is he here in town, or did you talk to him on the phone?
I talked to him on the phone. He's in Phoenix. He's working out all the time, and he believes he can get a tryout here pretty soon.
That's out of play. And here's what Gordon did in the first inning with the on-field board.
Here's our Xfinity high-speed action replay, and it was a fastball. Diaza was going. You saw Olivo come up out of his crouch to throw, but can't throw without the ball. And Gordon lost the ball.
That was something for Felix, though. First 3 starts and did not give up an extra base hit.
His stuff was overwhelming.
Yeah. Safe. Number 12.
And as the longtime, very good catcher and excellent manager Mike Scioscia told me, there are no outs on the third base side of second. Good jump by Diaza. The throw is on the third base side of second. By the time Ackley can grab it, corral it, and bring it back across the bag, it was too late.
Pick him up, Gordon. That's out of play right side. Yeah, Felix, when he first came up the first 4 years he was here, he was just absolutely dominating. I remember when Daisuke Matsuzaka came up with the Red Sox.
Yep.
I happened to go up for the 40th anniversary of the '67 team. As he got him, so 2 down, and they were all, that was the opening home game for the Red Sox, and Daisuke was pitching against Felix. And the only thing you saw was Daisuke. So I told some of the guys, I said, they're writing about the wrong guy. Felix had a no-hitter, I think, going into the 8th inning. I think he gave up 1 hit.
He shut him out then.
Yeah, gave up 1 hit. So here's Adam. He struck out on all changeups. Takes that one for a strike.
Well, Seattle resisted the temptation to use Felix as an organization builder and decided to keep him as the anchor for their staff. Try to build around him.
One and 1 to count. Top of the 7th in Cleveland. Tribe shutting out Minnesota 7-0. Bottom of the 5th in Detroit 6-3 Yankees.
.45 pitches with a couple of outs here in the bottom of the 3rd inning, and that's not bad for a guy with 4 strikeouts, a walk, and a hit batsman.
They got the shift on. Ackley in short right field. 3-1 to count with Konerko on deck. And here comes Paulie.
Looked to me like that was just a plain pitch around. Seemed like he was more comfortable facing Konerko than he was Dunn, which is somewhat surprising. But he wasn't close on 3 of those pitches.
So here's Paulie. He fly deep to right field. He drove back on the track to haul it in. Takes ball 1. Looked at that pitch nicely.
With runners in scoring position, Paulie, like all of his other numbers, very impressive. A robust, even 400.
Looking for it, got it. And underneath it. And a reminder, you can stay connected to our Sox all season long. Like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, pin us on Pinterest, and reblog our unique Tumblr content. Visit whitesox.com/connect. 1-1 to count. So a big pitch coming up.
Pretty good pitch from our BMO Harris Bank pitch tracks. He had the whole plate. Brendan Ryan is out on the grass at shortstop. Haven't seen that too often.
Well, to how deep you can play is commensurate with the speed of the runner.
And the guy at first base. If you go in the hole and you're left with just the force out, sometimes you might have to go that way. And the big man at first, he can run a little bit, but not too much.
Two on, 2 out, 2 balls, 2 strikes. It's full.
Well, Levo back-to-back has made 2 great stops. Either one could have been runners at second and third. If they both got by, it could have been a run. That's a changeup, well in front of the plate. Just drops to his knee, takes it right in the middle of the chest protector, angling the body, and it rolls harmlessly straight ahead.
Just got a piece of it. Diaz at second, down at first. Now, Olivo as Rios stands on deck.
Pitcher will come out and tell you one of 2 things. Either one, I'm going to set up over the middle of the plate and throw it where you want it, or 2, just give it to me without a signal. Let's see what Olivo tries. No signal, just get me with it.
And that's ball 4. That'll load him up. So 3 walks this inning. What was the most guys that you ever went around? 2?
to pitch around to get to?
Yeah. 1?
Yeah, only 1. I was lucky to be able to get the next guy, let alone pitch around 2 to get the next guy. But Maddox used to do that.
Maddox told me. Yeah, he told me. He said he'd go around a couple if he had to get to who he wanted.
But he was convinced he could get that third guy.
Yeah.
Well,
you weren't?
No, not so much. Most of the time, no.
Here's Alex. He struck out his first trip. And Seaver would go around guys. Terrific Tom would go around him to get to the guy he thought was his out man.
Look, Let's hope that Alex can find a spot to drop one in the outfield.
Very quickly to count 0-2. An opportunity. Big opportunity. You got that breaking ball up. Pretty good pitch to hit, and fouls it away.
Well, so far, Felix is showing why he's 1-3 in his last 4 starts, and that is he's hanging more breaking balls over the middle of the plate than we've seen in a long time. But so far, he's gotten away with it.
Foul tipped. Hung on to Alex is in. Ball hit the dirt. Meanwhile, that'll end the inning. And we'll go to the 4th. It is a 2-0. Sox lead.
Doritos Locos Tacos from Taco Bell.
Take a look from the side and you'll see that Alex Rios has a legitimate argument. You can see the dirt kick up. That ball hit the ground before Olivo caught it. Alex said he thought it hit the ground, but Andy Fletcher said no.
Oh, 1 the count. Ackley, he walked back in the first inning. Ackley last year, 273, 6 homers, and drove in 36 in limited time.
Ackley, the number 2 player picked in the country out of North Carolina.
Only 1 hit in this ball game. You're just joining us. And that was that 2-run homer by Beckham. after Diaz was hit in the first inning. He gone. He knew it.
Here's our Nissan pitch tracks, and Ackley just got outguessed. Perfect pitcher's pitch on the outside corner, just above the knee. And for Jake, that's just strikeout number 1.
Kyle Seager got it out to Paulie. That strike evens, accounted 1.
Last year, Seager made the stop at Double-A, where he hit .312, went to Triple-A, where he hit .387, and got to the major leagues all in the same year.
Yeah, there are some Seattle people said this guy is as much as Ackley came in. Some of the people like him better.
He's got a good swing. Hasn't shown it tonight yet. Hopefully we will see it against another team after they leave town, but it's solid.
3-1 to count, so Jake throwing a lot of pitches. This will be pitch number 60 here in 3 1/3. And it's full. Payoff. He goes.
After not striking out anybody through 3, now he's fanned 2 in a row. That one, good moving fastball. And he threw it right by him.
So here's Montero. Went out to right field. 22-year-old catcher, DH. Takes first pitch strike. And very quickly the count 0-2.
Montero acquired from the Yankees for Michael Pineda. Pineda, a real promising young right-hander who promptly went to New York and got hurt.
So over that right side, count hangs at 0-2. Pops him up right side. Gordon. Nice 1-2-3 inning for Jake. That's 7 in a row retired by Peden. And we'll go to the bottom of the 4th.
question, and it was, what pitcher holds the Mariners record for the most wins in a season? And the answer, none other than Jamie Moyer, the recently designated for assignment Jamie Moyer. 21 wins in 2003. And when you think of the guys they had out there, Mark Langston, Randy Johnson, Freddie Garcia, and yet it was Jamie Moyer.
Right here's AJ leading off in the bottom of the fourth inning as that's fouled away. AJ broke his bat, hit a little comebacker to Hernandez. Boy, it looks like he throws every pitch that he throws with conviction.
Well, he does have a power changeup. I mean, sometimes he'll throw that changeup 86, 87 miles an hour. Looks like a fastball, doesn't get there as quickly.
Well, I tell you, that's 5 worst words you can tell a hitter. He's got a great changeup.
And being his second best pitch, he uses it a lot. And there it was.
Yeah.
And AJ was able somehow to stay alive. Take a look at the downward motion on this one. It just all of a sudden comes up there and the bottom falls out. I'm not sure how AJ was able to get a piece of it, but he did.
Well, that pitch right there, that changeup, is got a good chance to prolong his career.
Stop him from throwing a whole lot of sliders and curveballs.
That's right.
Just go fastball change. There's a lot of guys that can live on a fastball change.
Really chopper to Hopper. Exactly. So 1 out. Well, for all those youngsters out there that don't have a big fastball, if you're in high school or college and you aspire to play in the major leagues, if you've got a good changeup and you can spot your fastball, there's a good chance you can pitch in the big leagues.
Especially if you just happen to throw with your left arm.
Oh, that's ate him up right there with a 92-mile-an-hour fastball, but that's the residual effects of the hitter and just the thought of a changeup in his mind. And our Sox and Cubs rivalry continues this season for the BP Crosstown Cup. Great seats are still available for the Sox Cubs at U.S. Cellular Field June 18th, 19th, and 20th. Purchase tickets by visiting whitesox.com or calling 866-SOX-GAME.
There's a guy who also lives on a changeup that's throwing a no-hitter tonight, Johan Santana.
That's high, pop up left side. Ryan staying with it, makes the catch, and that didn't take long either. 1, 2, 3. Wow. We'll go to the 5th. It is 2-0. Fifth, it is 2-0 Good Guys. Justin Smoke bounced out 3-1 his first trip. Takes first pitch strike. Outfield, they are straight up, not equidistant. Good pitch. And a reminder, fans, big day tomorrow. Come see our Sox take on these Mariners. First 20,000 fans will receive a Carlton Fisk replica statue, and it is a nice one. Provided by Mission Foods, the official tortilla and tortilla chip of the Sox. So purchase your tickets by visiting whitesox.com or calling 866-SOX-GAME. That's tomorrow. A beautiful Carlton Fisk replica statue. Even Pudge would like it.
It's a handsome statue.
Oh, it is. It is. I got one last week. Took it home. There he is. And the 1-2. Breaking ball low.
Smoke has an uppercut swing from the left side. And Jake was trying to throw a fastball up above that swing and strike him out.
That has popped up. And A.J.
That's the first hit of the game.
Well, that should be a team error.
It should be, but unfortunately it won't be.
Nope. So the first hit of the ball game.
And A.J. was saying at that point, once it hits, let it spin because there's a chance it would have spun foul. But too late at that point. That's a very short hit.
Yep. Shortest one we've seen. Wow. Breaking ball strike to Mike Karp, who walked back in the second inning. It's unusual for A.J. He's usually very, very good on those. And count 0-2.
I do the same thing with Karp as he did with Smoke, which was throw it top of the strike zone. Take advantage of a strong guy with an uppercut swing.
He gone. Well, we talked about right-handed pitchers versus left-handed pitchers having a good breaking ball, having a good curve and a good slider in the same game. Same thing holds true with left-handed hitters, especially switch hitters. Almost every switch hitter, unless he's just a little line drive type guy.
So about different swing from both sides?
Yeah, they're good low ball hitters left-handed, good high ball hitters right-handed. So here is Olivo. Takes ball one. Very seldom do you see good high fastball hitting left-handers. And Angels at one time had a bunch of them in the same lineup. That's when Erstad was out there. Jim Edmonds, he could get you up there.
Jim Edmonds was a good high fastball hitter, especially left center field.
Jim Edmonds was probably one of the most under the radar great players this game has ever seen.
I honestly don't believe he was ever appreciated near as much as he was when he finally got to St. Louis, when he was an Angel center fielder. He was terrific out there.
Unreal. There's a strike. Jim Edmonds made some catches that nobody else could make.
He played a shallow center field because he was confident he could go back and get anything in back of him.
Just stayed in the park. Now, the reason you didn't see him more on highlight films is because they usually reserve guys playing deep in center field who go back and they can get them and bring them back into the park. Those are the ones that make the highlight reels. All right, take your time. Again. Crack them up. So they pitch over it. We're halfway home leading 2-0.
A brief exchange between A.J. Pierzynski and Orlando Hudson. And A.J.'s just saying let the ball go because once it lands, you're not going to make the play at first base anyway. But reflexes take over. You don't let it go. As it turned out, no harm done, except for the no-hitter goes by the boards.
But you like to see exchanges like that.
Yeah.
When a mistake was made, as there's a shot by Hudson to lead off here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Attaboy, Orlando. He's now 1 for 2. Good speed aboard.
And some good news out of the minor leagues. Brent Burrell, 2 for 5 with a run scored, his 3rd, and hitting .500. He's 4 for 8. And he's had 2 rehab starts, so he's starting to feel better. We'll see how that plays out.
Here's Diaza. He was hit by a pitch. He walked. And when he was hit by a pitch, he scored.
Did you have a bit of a sinking feeling when you saw him limp off the field in Tampa?
Very much so. Very much so. I could just envision that thing being chipped or cracked or whatever. You don't see a guy right at the mound in pain as much as he was. I mean, there's a strike. It's count 1-1. And I'll tell you, he's the table setter. He has become one heck of a player.
Well, he's got his opportunity. He really never had the full shot. He's had it this year, and he's been just terrific. He's at the point now where his on-base percentage is about 366, 367. But he scored 37 runs, and that has kept him among the league leaders all year long.
Only Adam Jones. Well, there he goes. They got him. If Oliva keeps the ball on the right side, on the bag or to the right side of it, chances are he's going to get you.
And he's very quick and accurate. That one's right there, waiting for Orlando to arrive. Ryan puts a tag on, and they've got him pretty easily.
So Hudson is thrown out for the first time. Diaz with a 2-2 count. Got him. He knew it.
He was walking across the plate just as that ball hit the glove. Diaz just gets outguessed. He knows it's right there, and he just walks well before Andy Fletcher rings him up. Well, you got me.
Here's Gordon. That ball hit deep. Stay in the air. Back at the fence. Looks up. Jumps. You can put it on the board. Yes! The second home run of the game for Beckham. Southern's in town. She's happy. Mother's happy. Everybody's happy. Sox lead it 3-0.
7-17 for Gordon Beckham. Hernandez came in, giving up just 6 home runs. Our Ford home run replay. Carp goes up, can't get to it. 3-0, courtesy of Gordon Beckham.
And Adam. Good pass at that one underneath it.
First career multi-homer game. And Mom's in town.
Yeah.
That means she can't leave. Not for a 9-game homestand.
2-1 to count. Adam 0 for 1 with a walk. That ball hit way back. Ichiro does not move. You can put it on the ball. Yeah! Back-to-back strikes. Beckham and done, and it is a 4-0 Sox lead. First.
17 home runs for the big man. 38 driven in. That one looked like it was shot out of a cannon.
All he did was just a humpback line drive out of here.
Wow. Our Ford home run replay. A line drive rocket. 4-zip.
So here's Paulie. Paulie has gone out deep to right field, and he's walked.
Could very well be when Felix pitched around Adam Dunn in the 3rd inning, he knew what he was doing. Fans want 3 in a row.
Well, our 15 consecutive game that we homered in was snapped yesterday, but they come right back and pick it up again.
With a 3-bagger. And it's not exactly a warm evening, so the ball's not shooting out of here like normal.
We might get 3 in a row right here on this 3-0 count. And that's ball 4.
It's 4 walks issued by Hernandez. 3 home runs, 4 walks, and we told you that he was really struggling coming in. It's Carl Willis talking next to Eric Wedge. These two were together with the Cleveland Indians.
Eric Wedge, good man.
I think he's probably a great man for this job because you're going to have a lot of patience with this team. They're still in the growing stages.
Well, the reason I like him so much, he can give it to you either way. There's a sharp base hit back to the middle. Don't stop now, boys.
First ball, fastball. It's on the outside corner, and Alex, who was a strikeout victim twice, is going to bring Carl Willis out from the dugout to talk with Hernandez.
And as he makes his way out to the bunk and talk to the big right-hander, Sox fans on June 9th, first 20,000 fans will receive a commemorative 2005 World Series canvas presented by Xfinity. Xfinity, your home for the most live sports. Don't forget about tomorrow, that beautiful Carlton Fisk replica statue to the first 20,000. And it is nice. I'll tell you, the giveaways this year have been as nice as I have ever seen.
Well, they've been.
That day was beautiful.
They've been good looking. They've been practical.
Yeah. So here's AJ. 2 ground balls. One back to the pitcher and one to the second baseman. Good block by Oliva. Of course, you got Paulie at second. Miguel. Oh, what a strong man that is. Wow. And a good guy. Last guy in the world you want to snap on you.
Strong enough, huh?
Yeah.
Strong enough for a few guys?
Yeah. Softly hit. Macri will round it off, step on the bag, and that'll retire the side, but not before back-to-back home runs by Beckham and Dunn for Beckham, his second of the game. We'll go to the sixth, leading 4-0. Live with the rival New England Revolution. Coverage begins at 6 with Chicago Fire pregame live. Fire Revolution tomorrow night at 6 only on Comcast Sportsnet. Fans' best friend. Michael Saunders will lead it off here in the top of the sixth inning. 4-0 Sox. Breaking ball and the count 1-1.
Johan Santana is going to carry that no-hitter into the ninth inning. Mets leading comfortably 8-0. A no-hitter through 8 against the Cardinals.
Well, I mentioned to you that the last 3 years that he was with Minnesota, we knew everything he was throwing. He still stuck it, you know where.
No, that changeup is unbelievable.
Stay in here, come back. Hudson, yeah, he's got room. One out. So here's Brendan Ryan. He went out to Diaz. Just goes to show you, you can know what's coming, and if they get it in the right spot, or they got that kind of power changeup. That a power changeup to me is the one that when you know it's coming, you get it, and you still can't do anything with it.
Well, I thought that our ball club offensively did a real good job with James Shields, who has one of those power changeups.
No question about it. I'll tell you, that inning,
that was one of the best executed offensive innings I've seen.
In years. Yep. In years. I mean, he did not hang a curveball or a breaking ball in that sequence, in those sequences, nor did he mess around with a fastball middle of the plate. Every pitch was down. Every pitch was a good pitcher's pitch, and we just beat it. Terrific exhibition. Yes, he did. So the count 1-2. Check that. That's strike 3. He gone. Yes. So here is Ichiro. Just Slaps at that one.
Here's Felix. Not a great night for him so far.
And the count 0-2. Ichiro bounced to second and gone out to his counterpart, Alex. And Gordon's going to get him again. That didn't take long. 1, 2, 3. We'll go to the bottom of the 6th, still leading 4-0. Highway Friday, each Friday home game. One lucky fan will have the chance to win 2 free round-trip tickets anywhere in the continental United States that United Airlines flies. United proud to fly the Chicago White Sox. We're happy to be with them. Disciple, Bobby, the girls.
Brandon Lee comes into the game at 0-4. However, he is their closer. Not all that successfully. 9 out of 13 in save situations.
Here's Tank. Took that pitch nicely. Tank 0 for 2. So Mike Corrigan and that United crew, they do such a terrific job. That even's counted 1.
It's a pretty early entrance for League. Hernandez went 5 innings, gave up 4 earned runs on 3 homers, 5 hits, walked 4, fanned 6.
And an even earlier departure for Felix.
Most unusual for him. He was averaging just around 7 innings per start.
Got in on him. Nice pick by Smoke. Smoke can pick it over their first base.
Ryan almost picked up his 2nd error of the year. He had some time. Flips an underhand. And Smoke on somewhat of a long hop.
Yeah, that was
able to make the play. Yeah, not easy.
Goose Creek, South Carolina. Longest errorless streak going. Well, all Sox fans know what Paulie's done for us at first base over the years. The only thing they talk about is his offense. His defense is pretty dadgum good as well. I tell you, Alexis getting close. He's getting really close. 2 down.
Hit the ball very hard the first time up, but unfortunately hit it right at Ichiro. And a couple of pop-ups.
If he just stays right where he's at, he's fine. He's getting there.
He swung the bat pretty well in Tampa.
Better believe it. Well, the lower part of the order really is awesome down in Tampa. First pitch strike to Orlando, who is 1 for 2. And Hudson made a couple plays down there, and St. Pete, it was just awesome. One of them was a game saver in game 1. Two out, 1-1 to count. 4-5-0 for our guys. 0-1-0 for their guys. Big gap in right center. That's popped up left side. And
what a play.
He makes the catch. Wow. Saunders. Well, check that. Carp made a beautiful, beautiful play. And that'll return the side. We're into the 7th.
Great play by Carp as he comes over into foul territory. The sliding grab. At first he shielded it, and then it just sticks in the glove. He's got decent speed, made a nice sliding grab. What a play.
Ackley, Seager, Montero here in the top of the 7th inning. Checks it up, takes first pitch strike. Trouble. Got that change up out over the plate, and a leadoff double.
Ackley was the best hitter in the country when he was drafted number 2 out of North Carolina in 2009. Shows you a little bit how he did it.
Well, a lot of guys are going to hit that pitch hard.
Yep.
High change up out over the plate. So here is Seager. Grounded to first and struck out. Final from Cleveland, 7-1 Indians over Minnesota.
And Johan Santana has no hit the St. Louis Cardinals. Unbelievable what a resurgent year he's had.
He's something.
ERA of 2.38.
than a little bitty guy with big changeup.
Maybe, arguably, one of the 3 or 4 best Rule 5 drafts ever.
The 0-2 pitch. Tops that one foul.
A Rule 5 draft means that he's left unprotected, taken off the 40-man roster, and then a major league team will get to take him if they keep him on their major league team. If not, they have to offer him back to the team from which he came. So you would say that Minnesota made a pretty good pick in Johan Santana.
Trying to gas him upstairs, and the count 1-2.
And speaking of the draft's coming up June 4th through the 6th. Pretty exciting time for front offices, pretty exhausting time for front offices.
Nice block by AJ.
Talked to Kenny Williams about that, and I asked him at 13, which is where we picked this year, do you go for need or do you go for best player available? And he said his inclination is always to go for best player available, regardless of who that player is.
Two pitch. Lays off of it, so a full count. Montero on deck.
Don Cooper now calling to the bullpen as Jake is in the mid-90s in pitches.
It's a 4-2 ball game. To Seager, number 6. He now has 30 RBIs.
We talked earlier about the good swing of Kyle Seager. It's our 4th home run replay. Jake threw a slider. This one didn't slide, and it went out of the park.
So that'll bring up Montero. Breaking ball, the curve, and the count 0-1. Montero is going out to right, and he's popped to second.
Matt Thornton loosening in the pen.
Oh, and 2. Chopper to Hopper. 1 out. That's the 47th home run that Seattle has, and that's not bad considering they play in that ballpark.
Well, Smoke's got pretty good power. We saw Seager with power. Montero has power, certainly. And you're right, that's a huge ballpark.
Well, you've only got from right center to the line, and you've only got from shallow left center to the line. So you're not dealing with a lot of space there, because to hit it out in deep right center, left center, or center, you got to be real strong.
And there's their hitting coach, Chris Chambliss. Great guy, was in our system for a long while.
And Chris was a terrific 7th, 8th, and 9th inning hitter.
Came out of Cleveland organization like so many other hitters did, but made his name and made his career with the New York Yankees on the big stage.
3-0 pitch. And he walks Smoke. And here comes Robin. Third walk given up by Jake.
102 pitches, and that's going to be the last that Jake is going to throw.
So Jake will work 6 1/3, giving up just 3 hits, giving up just those 2 runs that double, and the 2-run homer by Seager. He departs, gets a tremendous hand, and we'll be back. Coverage begins at 12:30 with White Sox pregame live. White Sox Mariners Sunday afternoon at 12:30 on Comcast Sportsnet, fans' best friend.
Now it's time for a Honda call to the pen, and that is Matt Thornton. There's a look at Matt. On for the 27th time. That leads the team in that department. ERA down to 2.86. Inherits a runner at first.
First pitch strike to Mike Karp, who has walked and struck out.
Looks like Jesse Crane also loosening in the pen.
Well, for our bullpen, that off day yesterday was a welcome sight. That could be trouble. Alexei can't get there. There's your prototype duck snort right there. So 2 on and 1 out.
Karp with his first hit of the night, and Alexei gets turned around, and it cost him the play.
So here's Miguel Olivo. He's 0 for 2. He's hit into 2 5-4-3 double plays, and you know he is chomping at the bit for a redeemer. He is dangerous. Takes first pitch strike.
For Matt Thornton, passes Bobby Thigpen for most relief appearances in team history.
Good pitch right there. Ate him up, and the count 0-2.
That's saying something. This team's been around a long time. Of course, in the old days, they didn't use a lot of relief pitchers.
No, they didn't. That was because that's where you put all your starters that were going bad. And besides that, the relievers would go sometimes 3-4 innings to save, get a save. He did not go. 2-2 the count. Yeah, Goose Gossage had a lot of 3-inning saves.
Here's Jesse.
Take him right here. Ate him up. Just ate him up. They're going to get the man a second. So 2 down.
Well, if there was a little more on it, might have been the third double play for Olivo. But Matt Thornton just threw the ball through his bat.
So another very strong outing for Jake Peavy. Yes, that'll bring up Michael Saunders, who is grounded to second and fouled out to Hudson. Jake trying to pick up his 116th victory and go 34 games over 500. Saunders takes it inside.
Well, the bullpen lines up real well if Matt Thornton can get out of this inning. Keep a 2-run lead, so this becomes one of the key hitters of the game.
Going back. And he pitches out. Good job by Thornton. But they get on the board with that 2-run homer by Kyle Seager. 7th inning stretch, we lead at 4-2. Alejandro Diaza will lead it off, top of the order for us here in the bottom of the 7th. We lead it 4-2. First pitch strike. Diaza 0 for 1. He was hit by a pitch and scored in the first inning, walked and struck out.
He certainly could use a little insurance at the top of the order right here.
Fakes a bunt and takes the ball.
Seager's home run has made things a little less comfortable.
And there's the strike.
Furbush loosening in the pen. came over from Detroit.
Pretty good pitch. Close.
We saw Charlie, tall left-hander, as he came up with the Tigers, now resides in the Seattle pen.
And there's a good way to start it. Good speed aboard.
Time now for our Illinois Lottery Anything's Possible replays, and it's the 2 Gordon Beckham home runs. First time in his career he's had a multi-homer game, both coming off Felix Hernandez. Second one made it 3-0 at the time. Felix went on to give up 3 home runs, 4 runs in total, and a big night for Gordon Beckham in front of the folks.
And here he is. And there are his folks. On the left, that's Sully with the camera. Gordon Beckham the second on the right.
He's wearing Gordon's hair. Well, that family's got good hair.
Gordon, 2-run homer in the first, solo shot in the fifth. Both those coming off Felix Hernandez. How many guys can say they got Felix twice in one game?
Gordon and Brian Anderson, and I'm not sure who else, but certainly not a whole lot of right-handers.
There he goes. And there's a shot. It's going to hang up for him, yeah. Nothing you can do, Alejandro. They'll double him off. That's just a hang wuffum for Beckham. Dadgummit. Man.
What a play by Saunders. It's a hit and run. The pitch is down. Gordon cranks the ball, and Saunders comes across. Oh, the heartbreak, the humanity. But he's crushed the ball 3 straight times, and that's going to be it. So League will leave, and Furbish will come in. We'll step out, and we'll be back after these messages. Furbush on for the 18th time. The record 2-1. The ERA 3.57. He's got a hold. 20 strikeouts. Has 4 walks and 17 2/3 innings. So he's been a dependable left-hander out of the pen, and he'll take a look in at Adam Dunn with the bases clear. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 7th, and a very bad break off the bat of Gordon Beckham. That splits a gap. It's a run, and possibly a triple.
Well, Adam, who has had some big hits. First of all, he had the big hit in that 3-game set against Cleveland. He had his biggest hit of that series. And then he had the biggest hit of that 3-game set down in St. Pete.
I'm not sure how he turned around Matt Moore and hit it as far as he did, but Matt got it down, and Adam hit it out in a real tough and tight game.
That won it 2-1, 2-run homer, and then when Cleveland came in here, they had just swept Detroit. They're flying high. They score in the very top of the first inning, score a run, and then he hit a 2-run homer in the bottom of the first and took it all away from him.
I think that turned around the whole series, and our boys went on to just pound the Indian pitching.
And here's what he did last time up in the fifth.
That helped take Felix Hernandez out of this game.
So Felix,
he's not used to giving up 3 home runs in one game.
breaking ball low and the count 2-1. So he has definitely had some huge hits for us.
You know, you take a look at the batting average and the fact that he strikes out a lot, probably on the way to maybe 200 this year. It doesn't matter. It's how many he drives in, how many games he affects by hitting the ball out of the ballpark or hitting a big double. That's what run producers do. The rest of the stuff is not really all that relevant.
Run producers change the momentum of the game. Threw that one right by him. We're into the 8th. It is still a 4-2 White Sox lead. Set to go to the top of the 8th inning. 4-6-0 for our guys, 2-4-0 for their guys. It'll be Ryan, then back to the top of the order with Ichiro and Ackley.
You always have to watch Ryan bunting.
Ryan has gone out to center and he has struck out. Takes first pitch strike. Getting back to Adam Dunn. Coming into this game tonight, he was on pace to hit 51 homers and driving 118.
Kick that pace up a bit.
1-1 to count. A couple of left-handed hitters. One on deck and one in the hole. And that is going foul.
Pretty,
not playable.
Pretty amazing with all the great pitchers in Mets history. You know, we're talking about, of course, Tom Seaver. Nolan Ryan was not a great starter then, but Jerry Koosman, Dwight Gooden. I mean, there's been so many over the years, and yet the organization has never thrown a no-hitter till tonight, leaving only one organization left that's never thrown a no-hitter, and that's San Diego.
He gone. One out, big out. Well, it's utterly, almost incredibly unbelievable
that they couldn't do it
with all the arms they've had in that Mets system.
I saw Tom Seaver twice go with 2 outs in the 9th inning, both against the Cubs, and lose it twice.
There's Ichiro. He's 0 for 3. Twice he has grounded out softly to Beckham. Once he has gone out softly to Rios. And that's back through the middle. So good speed aboard. And here's Ackley. He walked, he struck out, he doubled last inning to lead it off. Got a high straight change up out over the plate. One of the few mistakes that Jake made tonight. And he doubled into the left field corner. Ichiro 7 for 7 in stolen bases. Fastball at 95 up high.
He was a bit tardy on that swing. His bat just threw it right by him. Here's our AT&T Uverse multi-view.
A little bigger lead now by Ichiro. He's got a good lead over. And he takes off. No chance. Good throw. Good try by AJ. No chance.
Well, Ichiro knew that after seeing Thornton's move that he wasn't going to be able to contain him with that. So he took off. 8th bag of the year.
Good rip right there by Ackley to even the count at 2. Big gap out there in right center. Full count. With Kyle Seager on deck.
Someone went back into the luxury boxes, I think.
And once again, the payoff.
Trying to surprise him with a breaking ball, but didn't get it over the plate. So there's some danger at this point.
So here's Seager, and here's what he did last inning.
Home run number 6. Jake got a slider, didn't get it inside enough. That cut the lead in half.
Seager now 6 homers and 30 knocked in. Montero, their young cleanup hitter, on deck. First pitch strike.
Unless Seager hits into a double play, This is likely to be Matt's last hitter.
Count evens at 1. 1 out. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 on. Top of the 8th inning. One and 2. And there's the base hit. So it's a 4-3 game. Runners at the corners and just 1 out.
Here's our Menards pitch tracks, and it shows you a fastball that is right down the middle. And all 3 runs driven in by Seager. Now it's a 1-run game. And that will be it for Matt Thornton. He'll depart. And we'll be back.
Full season plan or choose from 2 great split season plans and gain access to the best seats at the best price. Plans start below $250 and can be purchased by visiting whitesox.com or calling 312-674-1000.
Our Honda call to the pen is Jesse Crane. Jesse on for the 15th time. Got off to a slow start due to injuries. ERA 126. His 8 hits and 14 in the third. He's fan 17. He's looking for 1 of 2 things here. And that is slow ground ball because Montero can't run well and he's grounded into 4 double plays, or a big strikeout.
Montero 0 for 3 tonight. Jake handled him well. Seager 5 for 6 in stolen bases, has a decent lead over there. Yes, he got a pretty good pitch to hit right there, and he's a little upset with himself he didn't hit it.
Menards pitch tracks. This ball,
A hanger.
it's a hanger, but it's out away enough that Montero fortunately couldn't square it up, and he's a little unhappy that he didn't shoot that to right field.
That's popped up. Stay in here. AJ's got to play. Yes! 2 down.
Huge out for Jesse Crane. And huge out for the Sox.
Montero had his shot with the first pitch.
They get another one. Pretty good spot. Just popped it up. AJ cradles it. And now 1 out away, but very dangerous hitting, Justin Smoke.
Leading the club with 9 homers. He also has 27 knocked in. And he is 1 for 2 tonight. He picked up their first hit, a high pop-up that dropped between AJ and Orlando Hudson. Oh, about 12 feet out in front of the plate. Outfield straight up, spread out, and deep. Takes that fastball upstairs.
Well, a couple things happened. One, he almost threw that ball away. 2, he almost got him at first base. Jesse's got as good a move as anybody in the game. And Paulie had to go over the back. Almost got Seager.
That'll shorten that lead up a little bit because he was running on that last one. And there's a strike. Ackley, the tying run at third. And the count 2-1. Make no mistake about it, this Seattle ball club has some dangerous young hitters in this lineup. And there's a base hit. Broken bat. Meanwhile, it's going to tie the ball game at 4. That walk comes around to score.
RBI number 28 for Smoke. He breaks his bat. And it gets enough of it to drive it into right field. So Felix cannot lose. Jake cannot win.
And here's Carp, a walk, a strikeout, and a single. A little duck snort out there into left center field. Takes first pitch strike. 4-7-0 for them, 4-6-0 for us. And that's popped up. Hudson makes the catch. But they come up with a pair. They have scored 2 in the 7th, 2 here in the 8th, and we're tied at 4. Let's go live to Robin Ventura's postgame remarks. Don't miss Galaxy White Sox postgame live immediately following this game. Comcast Sportsnet, fans' best friend.
The fourth Seattle pitcher of the night. As it's a 4-4 game heading into the bottom of the 8th inning. And it's Sean Kelly. On for the 12th time, an 0-1 record, pretty good 3.27 ERA. Just in time to pick up a loss. But he's got to go through the heart of the order.
Konerko, Rios, and A.J. Paulie 0 for 1, going out deep to right field. And he's walked twice. Takes that breaking ball low and away. And that is fouled back to even the count at 1. Bottom of the 9th in Detroit, 9-4 New York. Cleveland has defeated Minnesota 7-1. Top of the 9th in Kansas City, 2-0 Royals over Oakland. 2-1 to count.
Addison Reed getting ready in the pen.
And now a 3-1 count.
Well, if this one is close, Paulie's coming out of his shoes. If it's not close, he doesn't swing at too many bad pitches.
That ball hit hard into center field, but and it hits him. He does not make the play. Saunders gets hit with it, so that'll be Paulie at second base.
That's got to be a 2-base error. He had to lose that ball in the lights.
That ball was absolutely scalded. Now Lillibridge is going to go out and run for Konerko.
Well, he got the 3-1 fastball, and he tattooed it.
Well, I thought the ball was knuckling on him a little bit going out there. But let's see if he loses it or if it knuckles on him.
Well, here's the look. He puts up the glove, and he gets a face burger.
He just flat out
He just missed it.
That's it.
Yep, put the glove up, but carry him off the face. First of all, he doesn't want to rub his face, and that had to hurt. And it could wind up costing him the game as Lillibridge comes on, and Alex has been hitting the ball very nicely to right center field.
Alex last time up just ripped one. I mean, rocketed one back through the middle just by the head of Felix Hernandez. So Brendan Ryan is going to hold Lillibridge close. Which is a big hole over there on that left side.
Well, you can drive a train through there.
Gets first ball, breaking ball over. Checks it up on that high heater. 1-1 to count and a big pitch coming up.
Huge at bat for Rios with AJ in the on deck circle. You want to force the infield in if Lillibridge gets a third.
That breaking ball high, and advantage goes to Alex. Pulled off that one, and the count 2-2.
Menard's pitch tracks. Good curveball.
Yeah, he's been doing a good job of staying with that pitch, and that one he just pulled off of. Just snapped, but that'll get the job done as Lillibridge moves into third base, and that'll bring up A.J.
Good at bat by Alex Rios. I'm very surprised he didn't go back with a curveball to him after making him look as bad as he did on 2, but thank you. With Lillibridge now 90 feet away of the go-ahead and potential winning run. Now, they're not going to pitch to A.J. That's going to leave it up to Viciedo. And the way he's been hitting, that's not a bad thing.
A.J. tonight was 0 for 3. So now runners at the corners. Here comes Tank. Tank is struck out, grounded to second, and grounded out to short.
Left fielder, number 24, Viciedo.
It's kind of a bit of a conundrum here in that Tank is a dead low ball hitter. But you need a fly ball unless you hit a ground ball hard enough where it finds its way through. And right now Ackley and Ryan are talking about who's going to cover just in case.
Oh, he had a pitch to put in play right there and underneath it.
That's a little cutter. It was low and away, but it had the plate, and he fouled it off.
And that's going foul. So very quickly, 0-2 with Alexei on deck. Alexei is really getting close to swinging that bat the way we know he can. Foul tip hung on to, and a big strikeout for Kelly.
Now he does go back to the curveball.
Shortstop, number 10, Alexei Ramirez.
3-pitch out.
So here's Alexei. He is lined hard to right. He's fouled out to short and popped up to second. Ooh. Ooh.
Took a 92 fastball right down the middle.
Right down there. That was it. That was the one.
I'm sure you're going to see him any better than that.
Took that pitch nicely, and the count 1-1. Come on, Alexa, we need you right here, buddy. Nope.
Yes.
Yes! He scores! Sox lead it 5-4! He is!
Got to be a base hit. I'm not sure he'd have gotten him even if he fielded it cleanly. He didn't. And Alexei beat it out. And with it, Lillibridge scores a go-ahead run. The equivalent of a swinging bunt. It's going to be a very difficult play, but the double clutch, no chance. And Smoke does a great job because this one could have easily been down the first base line. Smoke comes off the bag and stops it.
Don't stop now, boys. As here's Hudson. Orlando 1 for 3. Takes first pitch strike. And the count evens at 1 with Piazza on deck. 5-7-0 for us, 4-7, and a huge one for them.
Let's make it cost a little bit more with a base hit here.
Right here, Orlando. And the count 3-1.
Well, looking up at that board and knowing Cleveland has already beaten Minnesota 7-1, this game becomes a must.
And the Yankees have defeated the Tigers 9-4. As there's ball 4. And that'll load them up. Alejandro.
Center fielder, number 30, Alejandro
Piazza is 1 for 2 with a run scored, a stolen base.
And that night he hit his lone grand slam. He had a home run taken away earlier by replay, and it was clearly foul. And then he put it into right center field for a salami.
Looking for it, got it, and goes through it. Sacks packed with socks. Foul tipped, and the count 0-2.
It's kind of funny that Olivo doesn't know it's a foul tip because he wants an appeal to Sam Holbrook. I'm not sure if that hit his bat because Olivo would know it, and you can see him in your picture pointing to Sam Holbrook at third base.
And there's the base hit. Attaboy Alejandro. Here comes 1. Here's 2. And the Sox lead it 7-4. Yes! Yes!
RBIs 23 and 24. Alejandro Piazza does it again. Been on base 4 times tonight with 2 hits. He's been hit. He walked. And he's driven in a huge 2 insurance runs.
So here's Beckham. Orton is 2 for 4 tonight. Was robbed of a base hit, and those 2 hits were home runs. He got us off to a great start with that 2-run homer in the first. He homered in the 5th, and then Dunn backed him up with a homer. That's pretty good breaking ball right there, and the count 0-2.
That ball, a perfect spot. Catches the outside corner.
Throw one in the dirt. Waste one.
Piazza in an 0-2 hole with 2 outs. A thing of beauty.
He's something. I didn't think he had a chance of playing today after that knee.
No, but he said right away that he would do it.
That ball hit hard, almost took Orlando. Gives you a little 2-step right there.
Well, Gordon is just crushing the ball tonight. Time Orlando does hop and get out of the way, that ball is long by him.
Good coverage right there. Fight that one off. Boy, he was just going to fill that net up from Olivo, who was sitting up outside.
He put it there.
He put it right there, and good job by Gordon. And that ball hit well into center field, but Saunders makes that play. Not before the big era starts us off on a rocket off the bat of Canerico. We score 3. We'll go the ninth leading 7-4.
Light, and it's our Miller moment, and it can be none other than Alexei Ramirez. Infield hit. It scores what could very well be the winning run. Addison Reed makes it hold up. An infield hit, a run batted in, and Lillibridge, who scored that 5th run, stays in to play first base. And Addison Reed comes into the game. Reed looking for his 7th save and his 7th opportunity. Take a look at that ERA, and that's deceiving. One bad inning against Kansas City where he gave up 6 in a non-save situation. Other than that, that ERA is in the low 1s.
Olivo, Saunders, and Ryan, the scheduled hitters. Lower third of their order here in the top of the 9th inning. First pitch strike. Miguel 0 for 3 tonight. That's outside. Sox with 2 in the first, 2-run homer by Gordon Beckham off Felix Hernandez. Sox added 2 more in the 5th. Home run by Beckham, home run by Dunn. Back to back. 4-0. And there's a strike. And a reminder, follow our Sox with the MLB.com @BAT12 app for the iPhone, iPad, Android, and Windows Mobile. Text @BAT to 31826 or visit WhiteSox.com. Two and two.
After Dunn's home run, it looked like Jake was in line to win his 7th game of the year.
That ball hit hard and fair. So the leadoff double.
Olivo, who had been responsible for 5 outs and 3 at-bats, gets a fastball to his liking and takes it right down the line.
Last wheelhouse for him. Middle in and down. So here's Saunders. He's over 3. He's grounded to second. Fouled out. And bounced back to the pitcher. Takes first pitch strike. So we scored 2 in the first, 2 in the fifth. They scored 2 in the seventh, 2 in the eighth to tie it. And we came right back with 3 in the bottom of the eighth. That one at 96.
At the time Saunders tapped back to Matt Thornton, the 2 tying runs were, and it was a huge pitch.
That ball hit hard. Down's it back. Right on the track. Hauls it in. Olivo tags. Goes into third, 1 out. So a pinch hitter now.
John Jaso comes on a pinch hit. Jaso, one of the 3 catchers they use, and pretty decent left-hand hitter.
Yes, he is. He is. He hurt us a couple times when he was in that Tampa Bay uniform.
Yeah. They used to start him and DH him when he wasn't catching.
Ichiro on deck. Ryan tonight was 0 for 3. No walks, Addison. 2-0 the count. There's one. And now the count is even at 2. String on him, 2 down.
That's what will make Reed a top of the line closer. It's this ability. They're looking 96, they're getting 84, and they're just locked up.
So here's Ichiro. 1 for 4. And when this ball comes down, this ball game will be over. So the Sox make it 9 in a row. And you know what's going through my mind right now, Steve? First of all, Jake Peavy pitched outstanding tonight.
Deserved a better fate, no doubt.
Okay. last year, when we had a lead like that, lost it, it seemed like we could not come back. We would lose that game, and we came back immediately.
Well, you've said something about this team all year long, Hawk, and that is that this team can create its own momentum seemingly after the momentum has been taken away. And this is something that we've seen all of this year that we really haven't seen the last couple of years.
No, we haven't. And right now, let's check out our GMC players of the game. It is Gordon Beckham and Alejandro Diaza. Gordon with a couple of home runs. Diaza that big two-run single. Our GMC players of the game. So for my part, Steve Stone, our director Jim Angiu, our producer Mike Leary, our associate producer Dave Ross, our technical manager Mark Harper, also the executive producer Jim Corno Jr. for the mayor, Mean Joe Groove, and up here in the booth, Mike Mayer, Frank DeMotto, Frank Leone, and the sound Doug Butler. This is a Hawk. So long, everybody. You've been watching Chicago White Sox baseball on Comcast Sportsnet, now part of the NBC Sports Group. Yeah.